During the 2020 lockdowns, Kelly and I made this podcast to talk about the movies that we love while bored at home. We tried so many different ways to record and edit, but found it difficult and we experienced some bad sound quality until we found Zencastr. It's now super easy to record a podcast with Zencastr. Log in using your browser and start recording a high quality podcast right away. Record studio quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. Feel a sense of zen knowing Zencastr's multi-layered backups ensure you always have your recordings in the highest quality, even if the connection is unstable. If you have thought about podcasting before and realized that you need a lot of different tools and services, those days are over. With Zencastr's all-in-one podcasting platform, you can create your podcast all in one place and distribute to Spotify, Apple, and other major destinations. So go to zencastr.com/pricing and use our code SYTYI, and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. We want you to have the same easy experiences we do for all of our podcasting and content needs. It's time to share your story.
Hey guys, you've heard us talk about how we want to live our lives in balance with our hectic work lives to getting a workout in and treating our bodies better. I've been changing my routine up at the gym and getting myself to eat better. And one thing I'm adding is liquid IV. In one stick, I'm getting 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than if I drank water alone. It's great for those tough workouts where I need an extra boost or when I'm feeling a little run down after a long day at work. I love how on the go this packaging is. I throw a few in my gym or my work bag and it takes up zero space. And the taste is amazing. Since it's summertime, I'm reaching more for strawberry lemonade. And with other great summer flavors like watermelon and guava, there's something for everyone. And it's not just the flavor that will have you grabbing for more. Like I said, Liquid IV contains 5 essential vitamins like B3, B5, B6, and B12, and vitamin C. And it's made with premium ingredients. So, if you want to up your hydration game this summer, get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use our code SYTYI at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using our code SYTYI at liquidiv.com.
Hey!
Hi.
Welcome to Say Think You're Iconic, the movie podcast, and we're continuing Spooky Week, or not week,
Yay.
Spooky Month.
Spooky month. Yeah, there we go.
Sorry, a little tired.
Just a smidge.
I went to bed at like 1 a.m.
Why did you go to bed so late?
No reason.
the heck?
Just
Oh.
was just watching stuff, and the next thing I knew, it was 1 o'clock, and I was like, oh, I should probably go to bed.
You're like, I don't know, this is just the vibe for today. We're just gonna stay up until 1.
I mean, I haven't been working, so I've kind of just been staying up however long I want to, waking up whenever I want to. It hasn't really mattered to me.
Me out here with bedtime.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a bedtime right now, but that's fine with me. It's fine with me. How was your week, Kelly?
We're not going to talk about my week. We're going to talk about what's going to happen in the coming week.
Okay. Okay, what's happening in the coming week?
I'm going to a concert this week.
Ooh. Fine.
And yeah, I'm excited for it. I didn't know it was going to be 2 artists at this concert. I thought it was just going to be the person that I signed up for, but I guess and it's not even like their opening act, because like I guess they're kind of acting like their opening act, and then it's the person that I wanted to go see, and then they're doing like a joint thing.
Okay.
And then it's gonna be like her by herself. So I'm like, oh, because she like gives the time stamps for like doors open at 7, this person starts at 7, us at 8, and then me at 9. And I'm like, oh no, this is on a Tuesday night. When am I gonna get home? I'm taking a shower at 9.
Well, you're just gonna be tired at work the next day. You're just gonna be tired.
I'm just gonna have to chug some coffee the next day. I'm gonna have to maybe get some energy drinks. You know, that's what we're going for. And I think, well, at my job, I guess Halloween's a very serious thing. So there's like a contest for like best costume, there's best like decorations for like the unit and whatever. So I think we're gonna start decorating next week.
Okay.
So
That sounds
we'll
like
see.
fun.
It is kind of fun, only for but the only thing is that the person that I'm supposed to be working with, she hasn't been at work like all week last week. And if she did come to work, she'd stay for like 4 hours and then she'd leave halfway through. And I'm like, I will never be able to talk to you about what we're trying to decorate right now.
Mm,
So at
hate
this
group
point,
projects.
I know at this point, I'm feeling like I'm gonna show up with the plan and be like, this is what we're doing, and you have to say yes.
That's probably
Because
what's going to
if you
happen.
say no, then you're coming up with it.
Okay,
That's how it's
that's
gonna have to be.
reasonable.
Yeah, group projects suck. Never been a fan.
Okay.
But yeah,
Anything else?
that's
Anything else happening?
that's me. That's
Okay.
me.
I had a lot happen. I had a lot happen. We missed a week. I had a lot happen.
Yes, you
Um
did.
so I wish I could tell you guys about the show I started watching and finished. It was
Oh my
very
gosh.
good.
The fact that okay, y'all who are still trying to work this thing out, can y'all work it out faster? Because this has been the last couple months how this thing has been going on. I think I have watched so many new shows, and that is new for me. I don't watch new shows unless Jordan is holding a gun to my head, and even
Hmm.
then it takes me a very long time to finish it. So I finished some TV shows and some new movies, and I can't even talk about them. So
No.
y'all need to y'all need to work that out.
Yeah, please. But yeah, I
I'm tired.
finished watching. I finished watching a new show yesterday. Round of applause. I gave it a 4.5 on Letterboxd. Loved it.
Yay.
Um, last weekend or last week was my mom's birthday. I
Mhm.
took her out for lunch on her birthday, and then the next day there was that old folks family event happening,
Yeah.
and so Jesus. And so I was like, I don't want to go, but I'll go because people started texting me asking if I was bringing like cupcakes or something for my mom's birthday. And I was like, no. And so one of my cousins was like, "Oh, I guess I'll bring cupcakes or something." And I was like, "Well, now I have to go. Now you're making it a
Right.
thing." And like
Right.
I was like, "I don't want to go."
This was just a casual thing.
And so it was also the same night as my sister's homecoming.
Oh,
And
was
so
it?
yes, and so I dropped my mom off at this bar, and then I went and picked up my sister. It took her forever to get ready, and she didn't really look that much different than she usually does.
I, see, at this point in time, I'm gonna have to defend your sister because there is never enough time to get ready for an event. I'm just gonna say that right
It
now.
didn't look like she was wearing that much makeup, so I was like, "What took so long?" Her hair was braided, so I was like, "What took so long?"
Jordan, getting ready is a whole event in and of itself.
No, y'all are just making it way
No,
too
no, no, no,
no,
no.
because when I tell you it looks like her everyday makeup was on her face, I was like, "What took you so long?"
It's the principle of it, Jordan.
And so I drove her to her school for her homecoming, and then I had
Mm-hmm.
to go, and then I went to that bar thingy, and I like went and I got in line, I got a drink, and I was like, I'm only gonna have like one, maybe two, because I need to drive
Mm-hmm.
later.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got what did I get? I got two shots, and I was like, cool. This is my two drinks for the day.
You're right.
I We're gonna be here for a couple of hours. I'm not gonna drink anything else. Coolio.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did that. I was there by myself. Everybody was late. Literally everybody was late. I was like, why am I here right now? With all
Right. You're
these
like, should I?
old
I've already left
people.
and come back. Like, where is everybody?
And so the younger people started to come. Two of my younger cousins came. I was like, thank God.
Nice.
And so I like hung out with them. I played darts with one of them. She won one game, I won one game. But
Hey,
then
okay.
they were like, let's get some more drinks. And I was like, I have to
Oh,
drive. And they were
right,
like, you'll be fine. And I was like, fine, whatever. And so I go up there and and I was like, I guess I'll just get another shot since I like already had shots.
right.
And then she was like, "Oh, but what on the menu looks good?" And I was like, "I don't know. I guess the margarita." And she was like, "Okay."
Oh,
And so I get up there, and the guy, it was the same bartender from the last time, and he like remembered me, and he was like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was
oh,
like, "Hey," and I was like, I'll just have the same like shot. I'll just have like a shot of Don Julio Blanco."
right,
And then my cousin was like, "I thought you were getting a margarita." And I was like, "I didn't say that."
right.
I was like, "I didn't say that." I was like, "You just asked me what on the menu looked good."
Looked good, right?
And so she like ordered me a margarita, and I was like,
No.
uh, I was like, and so I had my shot, and I was like, "Oh, I can't drink anymore." Like after
Yeah.
I had that shot, I was like, "Oh no, I can't." And so like I tried to drink the margarita. I
Oh
like took a sip
no.
of it, and I was like, "Oh no, no,
Yeah.
that won't be happening." And
No.
so and the guy was super nice. He didn't even charge us for the margarita.
Oh, that's
He just
adorable.
and
I
so
love that.
I went over to my where my mom was. I hadn't seen her like since I dropped her off. And I and I was like, "Mom, I can't drink this." And I put it down, and like the whole table was full of drinks. I did not know those were all drinks that people have been buying her. She had been she had just she had like 4 or 5 drinks over there. And
Wow.
she was like, "I still have all these drinks." I was like, "Well, you don't have to drink it. Like no one paid
Right.
for it. It was free." I was
Yeah,
like,
right.
"Just take it." I
Right.
can't. I need to drive. And so I hang out with my cousins. We talk. Someone did have a birthday cake, but it wasn't for my mom.
Oh,
But they were still giving everyone birthday cake, and they were like, "You want some birthday cake?" And I was like, "Sure." I was
interesting.
like, "Free
Okay.
food."
Right.
And so, uh, the reason like we were there for like my cousin's band or whatever. Her band was done
Mm.
around like 10 o'clock ish,
Mm.
and I was like, "Cool, let's go home." And like my mom was drunk, and one of the older of my cousins was drunk. Like she was
Mm.
like sloppy drunk, and she hadn't even been there
Oh,
as long. She had been there for like an hour and a half, and I was like,
dang, she got to
"What is
work.
going on?" And so my mom was like, "I need to eat," and I was like, "Sure, whatever." And then the like drunk cousin was like, "Let's go to IHOP," and I was like, um, sure. And then my uncle was just like talking to me. He was like, "You know where IHOP is, right?" IHOP is literally down the street, Kelly. And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, it's the one on this road, this road, this road." I was like, "I know where
Yeah,
IHOP
right.
is, and I have GPS.
Right, it's fine. We'll make it there.
It's fine. It's the only IHOP in this entire city. I know where IHOP is." And then next thing I know, someone starts mentioning another like lounge that is like
Hmm.
literally right around the corner. And I was like, "Whoa, whoa, what's
What
going
happened to
on
IHOP?
here?" I was like, "I thought we were going to go eat some food." And they were like, "Oh no, they have food there," and blah, 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 blah,
Oh
blah, 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 blah,
no.
blah, blah. And then I'm like, "Fine, whatever. Whatever."
Right. Just
I
tell
was
me
like,
where
I
to
can't.
go.
And so my mom and that older cousin were like, uh, "We don't want to walk there, drive us there." And I was like, "But it's just like right down the street." And the older cousin was just like, "No, no, 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 drive us, drive us." I literally drove for a minute. I
Nah.
drove to like a closer parking lot. Like that's like
Nah.
I literally got out of our parking lot, turned left into another parking lot,
And that
in
was it.
part. That was it. That was it.
Heck no. I would have been like, fresh air would be good for you right now. You're walking.
And
We're all
so
walking.
we get to this place, and I've never been to a place where they like scanned your ID. They scanned our IDs.
Oh,
I was like,
interesting.
oh, okay.
What are y'all doing over here?
Scanned our IDs. We had to go through like a metal detector and through security, and I was like, what be going on over here?
I know. Where did y'all go?
Like, take me back to the
Secret,
old folks bar, to the
right?
old
As
folks bar.
y'all going to some secret like government bar or whatever? Jeez.
It
Y'all
was
need
insane.
clearance to get in?
And so we got there. It was super busy. There was this random old man in like a biker's uniform grinding on people. I was like,
Oh.
where are we?
Oh. Ooh. It's the
I,
Wild
wa-
West out here.
I was like, this place is ghetto. I was like, oh no, I should not be here. They
Uh-uh.
were playing good music though, so I will
I
give them
mean,
that.
yeah, okay. When the
And
music's
so
good.
my cousins go to the bar and they order drinks and they order my mom a drink and she's like, I can't drink anymore. And I was like, fine. And so I took it and I was like, but I can't drink this. Like
Right.
I can't drink anymore. And so I just held it in my hand and like put my lips to the straw to make it look like I was like sipping it. I wasn't.
Right.
And then when when no one was looking, I just dropped it at a random table. I was like,
Yeah.
but then they ordered my mom even more drinks.
Nah.
And then and then long story short, my mother got sick and I had to take her home.
Oh no.
So yeah, fun, fun,
Fun. Very
fun.
fun. Love that for you. What an
Very,
experience.
very, very fun. 10 out of 10 experience.
Yeah,
Would
would do
totally
again.
recommend. Yeah.
Yeah, would do again. Especially as a designated driver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, that was my week. So let's get into the time some quote unquote teenagers had a worse
Quote
time.
unquote teenager.
Those were like 30-year-olds. Be real.
Oh, for real. Yeah, no. None of them looked under 25.
Yeah. But okay, let's get started. So, we start the movie with text on the screen that tells of a tragedy that happened with 5 young people called the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We then have shots of random dead body parts while we get
Yeah.
voiceovers from a news reporter about random things happening, like cholera epidemic in San
San
Francisco,
Francisco.
some grave robbing in Texas, and a building in Atlanta that collapsed.
You know, just your
Which
everyday
is like,
news.
this is a bad week.
Oh,
This is a
yeah.
bad week in America.
Yeah. They said, let's put everyone through hell this week.
Mm-hmm. 1 second. My dog is whining, and I need to see what's going on.
Okay.
But yeah, and so we then catch up with the 5 youths. Their names are Sally, Jerry, Franklin, Kirk, and Pam. And they stop on the side of the road so that Franklin can pee in a can because he's in a wheelchair, which, like, he didn't need to get out then. He could have just peed in a can. But
I mean, privacy, bro. What if you wanted privacy?
turn the chair around.
Oh my gosh.
Like, why do we need to stop? If you were just going to pee in a can anyway, why did we need to stop? Be for real, Franklin. And so a truck drives by, and somehow Franklin goes down the hill and falls out of his out of his chair. It made no sense.
Yeah. The guy who's I don't remember who was driving, but whoever is driving, they get pushed down from the force of the wind by the truck, and then Franklin gets pushed, and he's not even in direct sight or anything
No,
of the other truck passing by.
no, but somehow he ends up rolling down this hill.
Yes.
And so they get him back up, and they get back on the road. They stop at a cemetery because Sally wants to see if her grandpa's burial spot has been disturbed for some reason. I guess
Are they
because of those grave robbings in Texas.
are they
Uh,
in Yeah, they're in Texas, so I guess, you know.
Yeah, maybe. Which,
Gotta
by the way,
check.
is not established well at all.
It's not.
It's
It's
not
not.
established.
We literally just see field the whole time.
Yeah. There's not even like a welcome to Texas sign. There's like
Right. There's
no
nothing that
establishment.
like the 70s or 80s movies will do just to let you know where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the typical either like it gives the date and where you are or like welcome to or you see a sign that says Texas or whatever. No.
No. Guess they didn't have the budget to make a sign. And so, yeah, they stop at the cemetery. They see the grave is A-okay. They drive off again.
Yep.
And then they start to experience the stench of a slaughterhouse, and Franklin starts talking about how they killed animals with hammers back in the day,
It's
and
so
now
weird.
and now they use air-powered nail guns, which like freaks out the girls. Even though I think a hammer is worse than a nail gun.
Yeah, I mean, all of it sounds just awful, but having to swing a sledgehammer to an animal's head, absolutely not.
I've always said that if I had to kill my own animal, like kill an animal to like get meat, I would be vegetarian. I already don't really like meat that much,
Right.
but if I had to like kill an animal myself to get the meat,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
would just be vegetarian.
Yeah. It's yeah, all that work to go through for any kind of meat or even fish at that point. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I don't even like the skin on my fish. Like I need everything off to remind me that it's
Oh.
like a living being.
Yeah, 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 I get
Like if
it.
I get salmon and it has the skin on it, I'm like,
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah, like you have to eat it. Yeah, no.
Yeah. And so they come across a hitchhiker and they pick him up, but he's immediately acting weird.
I mean, he even looked he had what is we would assume would be blood on his face, and if I was the driver and I looked at that man on the side of the road, I would have been like, "Actually, I'm good."
I'm good. I'll call the
Like,
cops just in case, but like I'm
right.
not risking that.
Like I know the 60s, 70s, 80s maybe you picked up hitchhikers because that's what you just did for some reason. But there should be a line. You know, there should be a standard when picking up hitchhikers.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah.
they happen to look like this guy, maybe you should keep driving.
There's a level of craziness that you should just ignore.
Right.
Just be like, maybe that's a police problem. Maybe the police should
Right.
go pick that person up.
Right. Because that does not look like a me problem.
No. And so, yeah, this guy starts acting weird. He has weird ramblings, and then he just starts attacking Franklin, and so they kick him out of the car. And
Right.
then he smears blood on the side of the van.
Mm-hmm. Because why not at that point?
Why not? And then I also wrote down all of the crazy shit that he did. So buckle up.
Yes.
He starts cutting himself.
Mm-hmm.
He asks them to pay for random pictures that he has in his bag.
Right.
He starts lighting shit on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts like just like going on and on about slaughtering animals.
Yeah.
The second he started cutting himself, I would have kicked him out the
Oh
back of the
yeah.
van.
Oh yeah. No.
Absolutely not.
That would have been the first and last straw.
First and last straw. Out.
Because absolutely not.
No, we're not playing those games.
No, we're
Not
not.
here. In the backwoods of Texas, absolutely not.
Yeah, absolutely not. And the fact that that's the first thing you did when you got into this car? No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're not even slowing down. We're just open sliding that van door open and we're chucking
We're
you out,
just
man.
chucking you out.
Because there's no way you're staying in this car.
And so, yeah, after all that craziness, the gang stops at a rest stop and gets gas while the girls go to the bathroom, and the worker tells them that he's out of gas at a gas
Yeah,
station.
at a gas station.
Weird.
Weird.
And so,
I would not have I wouldn't have taken that as a good sign.
right? Like, what do you mean you don't have gas? At
Right.
a gas station? Whatever. when Franklin asks where his and Sally's grandpa's old place is, because they're looking for it, the worker like knows where it is, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's just over yonder, but like maybe you shouldn't go."
Right. He's
He's
like,
like, "I'll cook." He's
you shouldn't trespass on other people's property.
yeah. He's like, "Don't go there. You want
Yeah.
some barbecue? I can cook you some barbecue."
Yeah, that was weird too.
And so they're like, "Thanks." They take some BBQ to go, and they still go off to that old ranch.
Yeah. They're hell bent on going there.
Yeah, they get there, and this place is tore up.
Yeah.
Like, looks damn near condemned.
It looks like nobody's even been in there for the last, I don't know, 50 years.
50 years, which is not even true because they're talking about how when they were children they used to
They
play
were
here. And I was like,
right. Like
someone lived
I know
here in
you
the last 50
lying.
years?
Right.
Nah.
This is probably your grandfather's neighbor's house that has been condemned since 1920.
Yeah, and it just happens to look
And it just
like
happens to
you're,
look like your grandfather's house.
yeah.
Your
But there's
grandfather's
no
house is
way.
actually 3 houses down.
3 houses down. It's up the road. Like, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah, because there's plants growing in this house. There's creatures living in there's dead things. Like no, nobody has lived in there
For a
for a
long
very
time.
long time.
And so Sally shows everyone around while Franklin struggles to get inside, and he bitches about it until he runs into Pam and Kirk,
Hmm.
who ask him where the swimming hole is, and then they leave.
Hmm.
Franklin then finds a bunch of dead animal bones in a doorway and doesn't get freaked out about it.
Nope, he does not. I don't know what his threshold is for freakiness, but it's very high.
It's very high. Mine is not.
Mine is not either.
If anything feels a little bit amiss, I'm ready to leave.
Yeah, if I get the heebies or the jeebies, I don't even
Yeah.
wait for both. If
Don't
I
let
get
me get the
one,
GVs.
no,
Don't let me get the GVs. I will be at
no,
my
no,
fight
no.
or flight response.
Right, right.
No. Pam and Kirk stumble upon a generator on their way to the swimming hole and go to the neighboring house where Kirk finds the world's fakest looking tooth.
Yes.
It's first off, it's gigantic.
Oh yeah.
And
I
then
don't I don't
from
know
then
what world to
on,
live in.
it just looks horrible. But the sheer size of it was
Oh
laughable.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and so Kirk goes into the house when he hears a pig squealing and is clubbed to death by a masked man.
What what makes you think that hearing a pig squeal in a house where you wouldn't normally hear a pig squeal make you go, "Huh, let me go inside this stranger's house and find out why this
What
pig
makes
is
you
squealing."
think going inside of a stranger's house at all
Right.
is appropriate?
Right. I, I like whatever. I know the 60s or 70s were different, whatever, but common sense is not that different from now and then. You
No.
just don't go. You don't go investigating weird noises, and you don't go into strangers' houses.
Yeah, if I thought something weird was happening in my like neighbor's house, I would call the cops. I would not
Mm-hmm.
go in there.
Mm-mm. I'm not investigating.
I'm not
That's
invested. That's
somebody
not my
else's job.
job. That's not
Yeah,
my
that's somebody
job.
else's job. Mm-mm. My job
Do
is to
I
call the police if something weird
do,
happens.
do I look like I hang with Scooby Doo? No,
Right.
I don't.
Right.
It's
You
not
you
my
think I'm out
job.
here risking my life? No,
For my neighbors? No.
absolutely not.
Absolutely not. So I'm damn sure not doing it for a stranger.
Right. Like I'll do a little bit more for my neighbor because they live next to me and we live like in the same neighborhood,
Yeah, if
but
it's my neighbor, that's why I
strangers?
said I'll call the cops. If it's a
Right.
stranger, I'm just leaving. I'm so
Mm-mm.
sorry. I'm just
Mm-mm.
leaving. I'm not going to inconvenience myself that much for a stranger.
No, I'm not playing those games.
No,
I'm kind-hearted and I'll help out, but there's a limit.
there's a limit.
there's a limit.
And me stepping onto that porch is the limit I will not
It
pass.
is. Oh my gosh. And then the fact that he opens the door.
Mm-hmm.
He literally opens that door. I'm like, no.
No. And so Pam goes inside the house after not hearing from Kirk for a while and falls into a room filled with chicken feathers, bones, and teeth. I would have simply just passed away.
Yeah.
I simply would have just passed. The second
Yeah.
I realized what I was waiting around in, I would have had an instant heart attack and died.
Mm-hmm.
That
Because
is fucking disgusting.
It's not like, oh, there's some chicken feathers on the floor. No, it's carpeted.
The floor is
carpeted.
There are chicken feathers, bones.
There's bones. There's things hanging from the ceiling, and just homegirl just sits there, and I'm like, nah.
Right, get off of the fucking floor.
I would have had to die right there, or my flight would immediately kick on and I'm running to the next state. I know Texas is huge, but I would be on such an adrenaline rush. I'm running to the next state.
Yeah, I would need a bleach bath immediately.
I would simply lobotomize myself.
Could not be me. Like, the Lord knows not to put me in these situations. I would literally lose my fucking mind.
Because there's no way. There is no way.
But yeah, after a lot of like looking around, she finally realizes how disgusting everything is. And she runs out, but she's chased by the man in the mask who grabs her. He then throws her into a hook and forces her to watch him cut up Franklin with a chainsaw.
Yeah, not a good time.
I would have grabbed that hook and cut off my carotid artery. Like I'm not living through this.
At that point, I would have been like, is there a way to like deepen this this little hook into me somehow? Like, can I just like force it into my head or something? Because
this is not fun.
I'm not doing it. I'm not hanging here.
No.
Also, can I just say the fact I know it's not supposed to be funny, but like when Franklin gets whacked, like when he dies, the way that his body just like flumps to the floor.
I think you mean Kirk.
Funny. Kirk, sorry. Kirk. When Kirk like flops to the floor after being like mashed in the head, it was kind of funny. It was a little funny, but like having the fact that now she has to watch him get like cut up, no, I would have found a way to somehow make myself have a heart attack, or
I would have had to unsubscribe for life. Like I said, I would have cut my carotid artery. But
if there's a will, there's a way, and I would have had all the will.
Just know something about me. I don't do stress well, so living in situations like this are not for me. Like if I was in a Saw movie, fucking forget it. I'm not doing anything.
No,
I'm not doing a single fucking thing. If I was in this situation, I'd kill myself. Zombie apocalypse, I'm killing myself. I'm not living through that.
No. Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I am not a survivor.
I am not a survivor in any way, shape, or form.
I am gonna stop.
Maybe if I'm being chased by a killer, maybe I'll put up a little bit of a fight, but if I've been caught and captured, I'm killing myself. Like
like if there's any logical way for me to get out,
I'm getting out.
I'm gonna get out.
Yeah.
But if I'm up on a hook in a random house in the middle of Texas, no.
No.
That's it for me.
Not happening.
Yeah. I know my limits.
I'm also not going to give you the satisfaction of sitting there screaming and begging for my life. I'm truly not.
No.
I've never understood that in movies. When people are like literally being stabbed to death, they're like, please, no. And I'm like, they're already stabbing you. Stop asking them to not stab you. Like, what are you talking about?
Right. So the past 3 stabs, that's their limit. And they're going to be like, oh, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry.
Oh, you want me to stop? Yeah, you're right.
Oh, that hurts?
I'm so sorry.
So sorry. Yeah. It's okay. I apologize. I'll take you to the hospital myself.
Yeah. Like, no, they're not going to do that.
Yeah, at
They,
that point,
they've
I've
already
checked out.
decided that they are going to kill you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, where even was I?
We're
Oh,
watching Kirk get cut up.
Kirk, cut up. Yeah, yeah,
Cut
yeah.
it.
We go back to Franklin, Sally, and Jerry, and they're at the van looking for Franklin's knife, and Jerry decides that he wants to go to the swimming hole. He starts looking for Pam and Kirk because the sun's starting to go down,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes into the same house to find them
Uh,
because he starts to hear giggling, and I'm like,
mm. Also, wouldn't you know what your friend's laugh sounds like?
probably, but
Yeah.
even then, who cares? He somehow gets into a room where there's a freezer, and he opens it where Pam is being kept, and she jumps
Yeah.
up, and so he gets scared and is attacked by the
Mm.
masked man.
Yep.
So is
Fun.
Pam alive?
I know, right? Because when he goes to put her back in the freezer, she's just slumped.
Yeah.
Like she is dead. Maybe it was a last ditch effort to like help, and then her body's like, actually, I'm done. We're
Actually,
dying.
not worth it.
Yeah.
The sun goes down, and Sally and Franklin are still waiting at the van. And Franklin thinks that they should go to the gas station to get help, but Sally doesn't want to leave Jerry. Not everyone else, just Jerry.
Right. And Jordan, I'm gonna apologize to you right now, but if we're stuck in the middle of nowhere and you go missing trying to find our friends who have been missing all day, and it's been like hours since you
Kelly,
left, I'm leaving you.
Kelly, why did I write that exact same thing here? No,
Yes.
I'm leaving you.
Yeah. Okay, see, you
You
know what? We're not even gonna argue about this. We're on the same page.
Yes, you have until the sun goes down. If you are not back
Yeah.
by the time the sun goes down, I am leaving.
I'm leaving.
I will go get help, but I am leaving.
Right. I'm leaving you. I'll come. Help will come back. I won't even come back.
Uh-huh.
Help will come back.
Help will come back.
But I'll make
And
sure the help is on their way.
if you are still alive, I will gladly meet you at the hospital.
Exactly. And I will be so glad you're alive. But I'm sorry. The second the sun goes down, the second it gets
You're on your
any type of
own.
dark, yeah, no. I don't care if you have the keys. We're hot wiring that bitch and we're
Yeah, I
going out.
will literally hotwire this car. I will figure it
Yeah.
out. I'm not
Right. And if
staying
I
here.
can't, then I'm walking. I'm fine. I'm getting away.
Amen. I love that we're on the
Yeah.
same page about that.
Right. I'm not gonna hate you if you leave me, and
Yeah, I
you know,
honestly will not hate you
I
if you leave me.
no. I get it.
I get
I
it.
get it. I would yeah.
E-
I get it.
Even if I'm like literally just lost in the woods, like I get you still leaving. Like
Oh no,
I
same.
get it.
Same. No.
I mean, still go get help. Go get
Yeah,
help.
get
If
help.
you
That's
don't,
key.
that's
That's
key.
the
If you
key.
don't go get help, you
You
better
don't
hope
you
I
don't
fucking die.
right.
You better hope I
Right.
fucking die.
Right. Because
Even
you
then,
hate me at that point. You
yeah,
want me dead.
even then, I still might haunt your ass.
Oh, I
If
would
haunt,
definitely.
if haunting is an option, I'm haunting your ass.
Definitely. Because
Definitely.
you had the capabilities to go get help.
And it won't be one of those cute hauntings. It won't. It won't. It will be life altering. You end up in a loony bin. Maybe I kill you myself from beyond the grave. Who knows? Yeah, like I was saying though, I will haunt you. I will
Yeah.
haunt you. Might even kill you from beyond the grave.
Either way, you're gonna die somehow.
Just the way it's yeah. Just
Right.
it'll depend on how I die and how I'm feeling after I die.
I'm probably gonna be pissed.
I'm
So
pissed. Yeah,
yeah.
but just know I'm coming for your ass.
Yeah, yeah, it's not an option. It's just that's happening.
Yeah, so just do me the literal bare minimum you can do and go get some help.
Yes, please.
But yeah, so Franklin protests to Sally and he like wrestles her for the flashlight. But she's like, I'm gonna go without it. And so he's like, fine, I'll go with you.
Oh my goodness.
Wouldn't have been me, but
Mm-mm.
um, and so while they're in the woods, the masked man attacks Franklin with a chainsaw, and Sally
It's so
runs away.
awful. He can't even run away, which
He
is
can't
the
even
worst
run
part.
away.
Like,
Yeah.
if I was Leatherface, I would have been like, yeah, he's not going anywhere. I'll go chase after Sally.
Yeah, she
I'm
didn't
sorry.
awkward. She awkwardly gets chased through some dead like trees and narrowly gets away. Like they
It
keep.
was the slowest chase ever.
Yeah, the guy chasing her was obviously having to slow down
Yes. Yeah.
because he kept getting really close to her, and
Yep.
then
Yep.
he would get far away from her again. I was like, just
Yep.
run slower.
Right. Like, we know she's at best fast walking. So
Yeah,
just like take big steps towards her. Don't
yeah,
run.
yeah. Pull a Michael Myers. Like you don't run, you just
Yeah,
walk really
you just
fast.
stalk. Right,
Yeah.
just stalk.
Um, and so she ends up at the house and she runs upstairs and finds the dead bodies of two old people before
Mm.
yeeting herself out the window.
Correct response.
Correct response. Yes, I understand.
like I get it, girl. I get it. Your
I
only
get it.
exit was the window, and I'm like, yeah,
And you
that's
took it.
yeah. And you took it because see, she was not cornered. There was a possible way out.
There was a possible
See,
way out. I
see,
don't think
and
I would have jumped head first, but
I
you
would not
know,
have jumped at
you
first.
got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, she's like, I need to get out, and she got out. I
I
personally would have
also,
broken the window and then like jumped down,
yeah, me too.
but she just yeeted, and I respect that too.
She did what she had to do.
Mm-hmm.
She did what was
Queen.
best for her. So,
Mm-hmm.
gotta allow it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and so she gets chased through the woods some more and ends up at the gas station where the station owner comforts her before beating her with a broom, tying her up, and putting her in his truck. Like
Yeah.
when he started hitting her with the broom, I started laughing so hard. I was like,
It
"Why?"
was the worst attack scene in the world.
And he wasn't even hitting her with the hard part. He
No.
was hitting her with like the
With
bristles.
right. He said, I'm gonna lightly scratch you
I'm gonna scratch you with
with these
these, and then
bristles.
put this dirty ass rag in your mouth.
Every scene where I saw that like dirty rag, I'm like, at that point, if they didn't kill me, whatever's in that rag and the diseases I would get, that would kill me
Oh,
first.
I would have jumped into that fucking oven.
Oh
I
yeah,
would have simply just jumped into that oven.
because there's no way I'm healing from whatever bacteria, mold,
Bacteria is in
whatever
my
is
mouth.
in my mouth, right?
I
Directly in my mouth, by the way.
probably has swine flu now.
Dude, she
Eh.
probably had COVID before COVID was a thing,
Yes,
and
the
she would have
original
died.
carrier.
Right.
And so we get to the house again, and the station owner meets up with the hitchhiker and beats him for stealing from graveyards and calls the masked man their brother. He
So
also
weird.
calls the hitchhiker some racial slurs that I will not repeat.
Yeah, we're good.
The gas station owner then tells the hitchhiker to bring down their grandpa, and he and the masked man, who they call Leatherface, bring down the old man's body and cut Sally's finger. And to at least my surprise, that man was alive
Yes, he's alive. He's
when
very
he's
gently alive.
when he started sucking from her finger. I screamed.
Right.
I thought he was dead.
I thought he was dead. I thought he was
Literally,
dead.
he looked like a bloated dead body. I thought he was dead.
Oh yeah, he had the in when Sally first ran up into that room, he had the stillness of a dead body.
Yes.
That man was passed away. They somehow brought him back to life.
Yes. And then
There's no other explanation.
Sally passes out after this, which like
Which
understandable.
very understandable. I would have done the same.
When I tell you that was the twist of the century, I was shook.
Oh yeah.
I was shook. So when Sally wakes up, she's at a table with everyone just eating dinner.
No.
The men then argue about who's going to kill Sally, and they decide that it's a job for Grandpa.
Oh.
And so they hand him a hammer, but he's too weak and frail to hold it. So he just keeps dropping it.
It's so awful.
And so Sally's able to get away because it's taking so long for them to even get this man to hold the hammer.
Yeah.
And she jumps through yet another window.
She knows her exits, guys. I'm not mad at it. I'm not
She
mad
was
at
like,
it.
it worked before. It's gonna work again.
And she's like, and it's gonna work again, exactly.
And she flags down a truck after it runs over the hitchhiker. Leatherface gets hit in the head with a rock and ends up cutting his own leg. So the truck driver runs away, and Sally flags down another truck and narrowly gets away as Leatherface swings the chainsaw in the air while Sally maniacally laughs. She looked at Leatherface. Leatherface was like, "He ain't no diva."
No, she really did though. She really like the laugh that she lets out when she knows she's free is so unhinged.
Yes.
So unhinged.
But yeah, that's
But
the end
like,
of
you
the
know what?
movie.
Yeah, she deserved that laugh because
She deserved that
she let
laugh.
it out. Yeah.
I also would have had like a mini like little breakdown if I had lived through all that.
Oh yeah, same. Same.
Okay, Kelly. Ready for the movie facts?
Yes.
So, the close up of Leatherface cutting his leg on the chainsaw was the very last shot to be filmed, and the actor was wearing a metal plate over his leg, which was then covered with a piece of meat and a blood bag. And his scream was the actor's genuine scream of pain as the chainsaw repeatedly hit the plate.
I can't believe they made that practical.
They did, and you want to know why it hurt? Because the friction from this caused the plate to get very hot and it burned his leg.
Oh no, they
They
didn't
didn't think to put
about
any
that.
padding between metal on metal grinding. Idiots.
Wow, they really said they're like we used all of our costume budget. We don't even have a scrap of cloth for you.
Nope.
We just have this little metal plate, and we're gonna hope to God this works.
Let it burn, let it burn, gotta let it burn.
Yep.
Um,
that's actually insane.
Yep. Here goes another one. For Pam's meat hook death scene, the actress was actually held up by a nylon cord that went between her legs, which was patched with maxi pads. Despite the padding, it was still quite painful, and so she decided to use the pain to make her performance more believable. They were just torturing these people.
They really were, and I hope the paycheck was worth it. No, because I don't care what kind of pads you're using. Pads are not cushioned. I don't care how many you're putting together. They're not cushioned.
Because they're not meant for that.
Yeah, that's not what they're used for. They couldn't come up with some kind of chest harness for her at least.
What man came up with the idea of using maxi pads?
What and what did they think they were made of? That they're like, oh yeah, we'll just like slap 5 together and it'll be fine.
They could have at least used like adult diapers or something. Like maxi pads.
Right? Nah, y'all. There was a better solution to this.
There were several different solutions you could have used. You also could have just like Kelly said, used something that was like a harness,
right,
strapped
because
to her
then
chest.
At least you would have had most of her weight, and not from her legs or whatever kind of weird torture device you made.
Yeah, dumbasses.
Right.
Third movie fact: despite the obvious implications of the film's title, only one victim is killed by a chainsaw in this movie.
Oh, that's right.
2 people are bludgeoned, and one is impaled on a meat hook, and then one is run over
Right.
by a semi-truck. Only
Right.
Franklin is killed with a chainsaw.
Yeah, and Sally just would have been just bludgeoned to death.
Probably, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Dang.
Kelly, this one's gonna make you. This one's gonna
Oh
make
no.
you feel a little something. The rag that the
Okay.
old man used to tie Sally up in the gas station with was used to
Oh.
clean the meat off of the table for craft services during production, which meant that it was filled with old, rotting meat.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
I'd have like
No.
use something else. Quite literally, use anything else.
No. Oh no.
Here's $5. Literally, go to Walmart and get a rag. Like I'm not
Right.
putting that in my mouth.
Right. Like at this point, I'll bring something from home.
Like they were torturing these
Nah,
actors.
they actually wanted these actors dead. 1,000%.
No, I would have quit on the spot.
Yeah, no,
I'm like
you're not
either
stuffing anything in my mouth.
we're using something else or I'm quitting. I'm not putting that in my mouth.
No, yeah. There are limits to these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Gross. But yeah, that's it. So now it's time for the question, Kelly.
Okay.
Is this movie iconic?
I mean, I feel like this is like your standard like 70s slasher. But like for the legacy that lives on for it, I guess I kind of have to say it's iconic, right?
I put yes, but I put yes for one reason only.
Okay, what's your reason?
I put yes only because the twist that that old man was alive had me so shook that it
Oh no.
overall made the movie okay. Otherwise, the movie was boring.
Yeah, it's a lot of the killings happen very quickly.
Very quickly, there's only one chase scene really.
Right.
I
And
wasn't
then
impressed.
whatever plot they tried to get or whatever storyline they wanted to give these kids for going out there, it wasn't even that strong.
It wasn't.
Because sure, these two people wanted to visit their grandfather's old house, but what are the rest of them doing? They're just along
Exactly.
for the ride. Like I
Right? They
don't.
just
It's
all
very
decided to
confusing.
come.
Right. So yeah, I'm. Yeah, the only exciting part was the killings, which were quick, and then just Sally's whole chicken run through the house and then
Yeah.
escape.
But yeah, I guess we both said it's iconic. We'll give
Yeah,
it iconic.
we'll give it iconic.
We'll give it. Why not?
Why not? We're feeling generous.
Yeah. 'Tis the season or whatever they say.
Or whatever.
Okay, what are your recommendations?
Okay, so I have two recommendations. Both of them are throwbacks. So my first one is Together Again by Janet Jackson.
Everywhere,
Yep.
every smile
Every
I
smile
see,
I see.
I
Yep.
know you are there, smiling back
No.
at me,
Yep.
dancing in
In
moonlight.
moonlight.
Uh,
You can buy a karaoke album. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, on sale at Target
Right,
very
right.
soon.
Very soon for the
Never
holiday
Walmart.
season. Never. We have standards here.
We're going on tour with Pentatonics.
Right.
Something like it.
And my second recommendation is Semi Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind. For
Okay.
some reason I'm really into my like early 2000s pop rock, so
Okay. That's a
yeah.
good place to be though, Kelly.
It is. It is a good place to
Yeah.
be. I love it.
I love it too.
What are
Let's
your
see.
recommendations?
My recommendations. We're going on a bit of a ride here.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
going on a journey together.
Okay. Let's go.
My first one is probably one of the dirtiest love songs I've ever heard in my entire life.
Oh, okay.
It's called All the Things, um, quotations, Your Man Won't Do by Joe.
Oh.
Um, wow, I've never heard such a sweet sounding voice say such dirty things.
Oh no.
I'll love you from the bottom to the top. He also has a mention of not stopping until your mother comes in the room, and I was like, what the fuck does that mean, Joseph? What does that mean?
Do I
I,
want an explanation for that?
no, I don't. I don't.
I
I was listening to the song with my mouth agape. I was like, oh, oh,
Oh,
oh,
oh,
oh.
yeah. Because there's freaky stuff, and then there's whatever that is.
Whatever this song is about.
Right. Mm.
But I just want everyone to listen to it. Just give it a listen.
It's an experience that we
It
all should
was
share.
it was an experience. Um, Second recommendation is "I'll Kill You" by Summer Walker featuring Janae Aiko.
Yep. Great
Great
song.
song. Great
Love
song.
it. I love them together.
And then to do a full 180, my last recommendation is "Help Us to Love" by Tori Kelly featuring the Hamiltones.
No, you did not. No, you did
Yeah,
not.
last week I was sort of in my gospel bag.
What a roller coaster you went on.
I was. I was in my gospel bag. I started listening to my gospel playlist. This
Yeah.
song came
Yeah.
on, which, by the way, this album is incredible.
I love that
It
album.
deserved the Grammy it got.
Right.
Um, but yeah, "Help Us to Love" by Tori Kelly. Great song.
What a route you went. You
I
went
told you it was a roller
from your
coaster.
first recommendation to
Uh
your
huh.
last recommendation.
Uh huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're hitting all the human emotions right now.
All
Just
the full
all of
spectrum of
it.
human emotions.
Exactly. I
There's
guess I love that for
lust,
you.
there's anger, and there's joy and happiness. I just went up and down the emotional spectrum.
Yeah. Love that for you though.
Oh, that for me too. But yeah, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
Um, Good luck to Kelly this week with her concert.
Thank
Which, by the way,
you.
that reminds me, I forgot to tell y'all, I got tickets to go see Mariah Carey.
Oh yes, you did.
I bought
Yes,
two
you did.
tickets. I still don't have anyone to go with me, but that's fine. I'll go by
You'll
myself if I
figure it
have
out,
to.
right?
Like, it's Mariah Carey. I'm going to go see her.
Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing stopping Jordan from saying
There's nothing
Mariah Carey.
stopping me. I will see Mariah Carey. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And and it's a Christmas concert. I'm hearing
Right.
all the good Christmas songs.
He's literally getting the best welcome to Christmas anyone can
Mm.
get.
Yeah, and if she could sneak in "My All" into the set list, that's my favorite Mariah Carey song of all time. That would be great.
You never know. She could be a huge fan of this podcast. You never know.
Yeah. Hey
She'll put that in
Mariah,
there for you.
love
Hey,
you, girl.
girl. We love your music. Jordan's done a whole discography listen through of
I
yours.
have
I have also done that journey, just not as recent as Jordan. We've recommended you multiple times.
multitude of times.
You're that girl.
Can't wait to listen to your Christmas album as soon as Thanksgiving is over.
Right. The second that last
I know
bite of pie is
you're
in my mouth, hit and play on the Mariah Carey.
yeah, I know you're an after Halloween girly, which is great. Like, great for
Nice.
you. I know. Get
Love
that
that. I
bag.
love it.
Get that
Yeah.
bag. Um, I know Christmas is like when you make like a majority of your money for the year. So do you, girl? But I unfortunately won't be checking in until after Thanksgiving. But when I check in, I will be fully checked in.
Mm-hmm.
Bags will be unpacked.
Yes.
I will be at the front desk. I will be fully checked in, if you know what I mean. I will be
Right.
watching the holiday special. I will be
Yep.
listening to the music, both albums, both Christmas
Both albums.
albums.
I have one of them on vinyl. Let's
I
go.
have I have the
What?
original Christmas album on Google Play, like bought on Google Play. I also have
Mm-hmm.
it on my Apple Music.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think my mom has a CD of it somewhere.
Oh,
So just know,
yeah.
I'm there with you, girl. I'm gonna be at that concert. I will be at
Mm-hmm.
that concert. I
Mm-hmm.
invited Kelly. She doesn't know if she can come, but I will be
Yeah.
there. I will
Yes.
be there. And I even went on YouTube to scope out my seat. Good
Did you
view.
really?
Good view.
Love that.
Because the seating chart was not making sense to me. I was like, am I gonna be able to
Um,
see anything? But I looked
I
on
mean,
YouTube. I was like,
I feel
okay.
like I feel like all of the like maps they give you for stadiums don't work because
They
remember when
all
we
look
bought the Beyonce
horrible.
tickets?
Look
We thought
horrible. They
we
all look
thought we'd be up
horrible.
high,
Yeah.
and then we get there and we're like, oh, these seats are great.
Y'all need to start whatever. Dash is having a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, with these seating charts, we need to fit 1 second. Okay, like I was saying, let's go back to the seating chart. We
Yes.
need these stadiums to make better seating charts because these flat ass seating charts are not
Mm.
really helping me know like what the view is going to look like.
Can we get like 3D? You know how you go when you go on Google Maps and you like go street view, you can like see,
Yeah, they
the
need
other houses around
yeah,
it. Can we
yeah.
do that?
They need to start
Can
adding
we have
that
that?
because here
So
I
we
was
can
thinking
see.
here I was thinking I was not going to be able to see shit at this concert, but I didn't care because like I was like Mariah
You just
Carey,
go, yeah, you're gonna be there.
I will be there, but I might be able to see her. So I mean, I'm going to be able to see her
Oh,
actually. So great.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all I
Thank
need. Love you,
you.
Mariah.
Love you
Mwah.
so much, girl.
Love you. Um, say hey to the kids for me. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's it for us this week. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. We have a Twitter and an Instagram. They're both at SYTYI Podcasts. Don't forget to send us your movie stories or your movie requests or our email, sytyipodcast@gmail.com. Did you like this movie? Did you work on this movie? How many people got hurt? How many
Like,
people got hurt?
and were you the one that created the torture devices for
Yeah.
everybody and their stunts?
Were you? Because we need to have a conversation
Yeah, just wanted to know,
about
were there any
safety.
legal repercussions?
Yeah.
Just asking.
Yeah. This could have gone very badly.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Everyone, please, if you work in Hollywood, be as safe as possible on your sets.
Yes,
I don't know if
please.
y'all heard about what happened on the Twilight Zone movie set, but be
You're gonna have to tell
careful.
me about that one.
What?
You're gonna have to tell me
Oh,
about that
like
one.
3 people died.
Excuse me?
Yeah, let me tell you about that real quick. So,
Okay.
there's this part of the movie. I like just recently watched this movie this year for the first time.
Okay.
There's this part of the movie where this like racist guy gets sent back in time and he gets like perceived as all of the different races that he's racist towards. So he goes to Nazi Germany, they see him as a Jewish man. He goes to Vietnam during the Vietnam War, and
Wait,
he's
okay.
perceived as a Vietnamese man. During the Vietnamese man, whatever
Yeah.
portion, um, he comes across like 2 children, and he like tries to help them. Apparently, they filmed a scene where like a helicopter is supposed to like crash, and when they filmed this scene, the helicopter crashed. It fell on top of him and those children, and all 3 of them died.
What?
Yes.
They killed children.
Yes. And they also these children weren't supposed to be on that set. It was like way too late for kids to be on that set. They shouldn't have been around for that dangerous stunt anyway.
Yeah.
Like
No.
all around bad. So everyone please be careful on sets.
Right.
I understand there's like a rush to get everything done within a certain amount of time to keep everything within budget. But like if something when something in terms of safety comes in mind, screw timing and screw the budget.
Right.
Because if you end up in jail because you killed some people, Will you really care about that budget?
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look at
And if
Alec
you're
Baldwin.
the
He almost went to jail for
yeah,
killing someone.
right. And if you're the actor that has to go through whatever they're wanting to ask you and you don't feel safe, you gotta say something,
Say
okay?
something.
Please. I don't care if it's your job. It's your job or your life, bro.
Yeah.
You can get another job.
You can get another job. No job is worth your life.
No. No, 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 no.
I would be pissed if I died on the job. Just
Oh,
completely
yeah.
pissed.
No.
So yeah, everyone be safe out there, especially y'all working in
Right.
Hollywood. I know no one's working right now, really, but
Yeah.
be safe out there. When you do go back to work, stand up for yourself.
Please.
Don't let people put you into dangerous situations.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
This
like
has
we
been a
said,
PSA.
this has been a PSA. Like we said, if you were on this movie, hit us up.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple questions.
Yeah, just a few.
Just a few. Also, share us with your friends and your family. Subscribe to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Oops. And rate and review us on Apple Podcasts with 5 stars.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everyone have a good week. Everyone be safe out there. Um it's gonna start cooling down at the end of this week. I can't wait.
I'm so happy.
Oh my gosh, I can't fucking wait. Like we're gonna have to go through it a little bit. Like it's gonna be like in the 80s Wednesday and Thursday. But after
Oh,
Friday, it's going
in the
down.
clear. Yeah.
It's going down. Like Saturday, it's gonna be 66. I might be able to wear like a hoodie, a
Ooh,
sweater.
yeah.
Ah,
Oh,
I
that's
can't wait.
beautiful.
Can't wait. But yeah, everyone have a good time. Have a good week. See you next time. Stay iconic.
Stay kind of gal.
Bye.